The next step requires that we do the rudder and elevator installation, and interestingly enough, it asks you to put the wing on the fuselage, including the struts, even though they'll have to be removed to mount the servos. But that's what I'll be doing next, so I can line up the elevator properly with the wing tips. Here it is for the first time with the wing installed. I've also got the struts on there as well. It's just great to see it get to this point and begin to take shape. It looks really good. In fact, it looks so good I'm going to be afraid to fly this thing. Might have to just sit in the garage. Nah, that probably won't happen. But anyway, it's looking good, and on to the tail section. When installing the horizontal stabilizer to the tail, the directions ask to measure each side from the center, that they're equal together. Once you've got that, then it asks to measure from the tip of the stabilizer to the back tip of the wing and make sure that these two distances are equal. It also asks that the two are parallel together, so you know, it's not angled in any way, that they're both along the same line there. So I'll go ahead and do these measurements, and then from there they ask to mark the tail with a pin, so it can be positioned in the right spot permanently. I've measured off the stabilizer, and it seems to be right in the perfect position right now. The distance from the tip of the stabilizer here to the wing tip here is exactly the same as this side, going to this wing tip. And I've got it propped up right now so I can take a good look at how the tail aligns with the wing. It looks very symmetrical. So I think I'm ready for the next step, which is going ahead and taking a marker to mark where the stabilizer goes into the fuselage, and then removing the covering so I can then glue the stab into the fuselage area. I've got the section of the tail marked now, and I'll just go ahead and use my X-Acto knife and start making that cut in the ultra coat, and I'll remove that center piece so I can begin to glue this section into the fuselage. Alright, I've removed the ultra coat from both sides, and fairly easy. Just have to go really slow, really carefully, so you don't dig your knife into the wood at all. But I've got that removed, and now I'm ready to go ahead and glue it onto the fuselage. Okay, I've got the stabilizer glued in place, and everything looks good. I put the thin CA down in this section here on both the top and the bottom, and then also underneath in here on the edges. So just let it seep down in there like the directions say. I'll let that set overnight. The next step asked to remove the ultra coat from the vertical tail fin below the surface. So I've done that here, and also removed it from the fuselage as well. And I'll get that set into place and then work on hooking up the control horn for the rudder. I attached the 256 quick links already to the control horn for the rudder. So when I install this, I should be able just to thread the rod down through the fuselage and spin that right into place. So we'll see if that works out. Okay, I've got the control horn hooked up to the pin that goes into the rudder, and the quick link clevis installed in there as well. So now I just have to glue that tail fin in place, and should be all set with that step. Just hold the light up here for a second so you guys can see. I've got the rudder control horn installed along with the tail wheel control horn installed, and used Loctite there, and it's all in place. So now I'm ready to glue that top fin. Getting down to the last step here, I've got my rudder and tail wheel servo ready to be installed, and I'm also preparing the elevator servo. Got the control horns on there, and ready just to drill the holes and get them mounted into the fuselage. Alright, I've got my rudder and elevator servos installed. This is going to be for the tail wheel, this is for the rudder, this is for the elevator. Next, all I have to do is put the wires down through these tubes and connect them up to the tail. I also went ahead and secured the receiver, and got some of the wires tucked up out of the way, so ready for the next step. I've got the push rods all installed and connected, and everything seems to be working right. I've got the elevator here, and got the rudder along with the tail wheel. So that's all set. Just inserted the push rod down through the tubes and threaded it easily into the quick links at the tail of the plane. That worked really slick. So just about done here. It's getting exciting and almost ready here. So I got really lucky on the tail wheel here. I dug through some of my stuff from my other planes, found an old foamy Super Cub wheel, and this thing is super lightweight, nice soft spongy foam, and this is the stock wheel that comes with the Beaver. Obviously this isn't going to work with me with the tires I've put on this, so this is just going to give it a much better scale look, and also perform a lot better in grass and on gravel and things like that. So what I did is I just I popped the hub out of there and painted it up white, and then it actually ended up fitting pretty well onto the airplane. So here's what it looks like on right now, and I think it's just going to give it a much better look overall than that real tiny wheel. So excited about how that turned out.